Thanks for joining us today. I'm Gabe with Backwoods Pursuit. Today I'm going to show you how to repair your sleeping pad, and I'm going to be repairing the Exped Synmat UL here. This is the UL version of the Exped Synmat, and I'm going to be using the Exped Field Repair Kit. This is newer from Exped. They came out with this Field Repair Kit as opposed to the one that comes with your Exped pad or any other pad that you're using. And this is just a little bit easier, a little bit more user-friendly to get a repair done in the field if you need to. Of course, most of your sleeping pads come with some kind of repair kit, so it's going to be a little bit different depending on what mat you are repairing, but very similar process. If you like our content, we really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button for us and follow us on our Facebook and Instagram accounts, and check out our website, backwoodsPursuit.com, for other gear reviews, how-to videos, that sort of thing. You'll give us a subscribe over on our website, and you'll catch all of our upcoming content. We really appreciate that. Let's get started on this repair. Alright, so first up, let's go over what's in the Exped Field Repair Kit. Of course, like I mentioned, you've got the one that comes with it, but I'm not going to use that. That's a 3 or 4 step process. It takes a little bit more time and a little bit more patience to get through, so I'm going to use this new kit. It comes in a nice little carry bag here, and what you get in the Field Repair Kit is you get your UV activated glue. You've got some alcohol swabs or alcohol wipes to clean the surface area, your instructions, some patch pads, and then a little UV light which is used to activate the UV glue. This is a little bit different than some of the other mats. Like I've done some repairs on seat-to-stomach mats or some others out in the field, and those are more of basically a sticky type of a pad. You clean it off and stick it on there. This uses the UV activated glue, and it really does a good job to hold that in place, but it does take, it's a little bit an extra step or two as opposed to just a stick-on pad. So first of all, you can see here, I'll go ahead and zoom in the camera so you can see this repair. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got a tear right there. You can see it's a pretty good sized tear. It's L-shaped. And so what I'm going to do is first take one of these cotton or alcohol swabs right here and clean off the area around there so we get a good adhesion for the glue. That's an important part of this process, to make sure that you give your glue a good surface to adhere to. Glue is the main thing that makes this this process work. So we're going to clean that off really good all the way around the surface area, and then we'll let that dry. Make sure that that's good and dry, and make sure you don't have any edges sticking up so that the glue can really take its adhesion really well. If you have any little bit of a little insulation there, I'm going to go ahead and clean that out, and then go ahead and let that dry now, and make sure that that's good and dry before we apply the glue. Alright, so our surface is now dry from the alcohol wipes, so we're going to go ahead and use our UV glue, and we're going to put glue around the cut surface area, or if it's a puncture, about a ½ inch around the cut area here. Now keep in mind this is UV activated, so you want to do this repair in the shade because it will cure when it's in the sun, and that's why you have this UV light. So if you don't have this UV light available, or the battery dies or something like that, you can let it cure for 5 minutes in the sun, but for this purposes we're going to go ahead and do it in the shade like they recommend. And you're going to put some of this glue about ½ inch, like I mentioned, around the cut area, and go ahead and make sure that we're good and covered there. And then we're going to let this saturate into the material for 1 minute, and that way it'll make sure it penetrates the material here for a good bond. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. Spread it out. I'm not putting more glue on there, I'm just spreading it out really well, so it covers our area entirely. And then we're going to go ahead and let that saturate for 1 minute now before we put another second small layer. Now you don't have to put the second small layer necessarily, but I'm going to go ahead and do that just because it is a good size cut. I'm going to let this saturate into the material, then put another second layer. Alright, so we let that go for a minute there. I'm going to take and put my second real light coat over the top of this now, and just get that so that we can make sure we get a good solid cure, good solid repair. Again, that sunlight or that UV light is what's going to actually cure this, but I want to get another thin layer here so that we get and make sure that we don't have any leaks on this. So I'm going to go ahead and let that again cure for another minute here, and then we'll put a patch over the top. Now the patch doesn't add to the water tightness, it's more just to keep that from sticking to anything else, and just to cover that area, just to protect it. Alright, so we got our 2 layers there of the UV activated glue. So next up, before I put this patch on, I'm going to go ahead and cure it with the UV light. Now this can be done in the sunlight, so 30 seconds, about 1 inch away from the UV light, or about 5 minutes out in the sunlight will also cure this. So whatever you have available to you, I'll go ahead and use this, hold this about 1 inch away, and I'll do this for 30 seconds. Alright, so we got that done. We got a nice cured repair right there. I used the UV light. Now to finalize this, you pick one of these 2 patch, or these are just finishing patches. They're self-adhesive. They don't really add to the waterproofness at all as far as the repair itself, but you got 2 different sizes here. This just protects the glue from getting stuck to anything else, and protects that for maintaining its air tightness. So you can use one of those. Go ahead and peel this off. And I'm going to use the larger one because that was a pretty good sized tear for a mat. So it's basically just a clear rubber adhesive like that. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this up just like that. And then that's going to protect that. And we should be good to go. So that's about it. Now, if I wanted to, I could take what comes with the mat itself. It comes with a fabric patch. If I really wanted to make it look nice, I could put that fabric patch over the top, cut off a piece of that and go over the top of that. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do that, because that's going to be just fine the way that is, and that's certainly all you'd need to do when you're out in the field. But that'll take care of your repair and get you back to where you're sleeping well. So there you go. That's how you repair your sleeping pad using the Exped Field Repair Kit. Similar process to some of the other ones out there as well, but hopefully that's helpful for you. Drop any questions down there in the comment section for us. We'll answer them for you, and hopefully we can help you get back on the trail. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.